What's going on, everyone? A little bit of an emergency podcast, uh, but I had to do it. I got to talk about my Green Bay Packers. Folks, if I had a table, I would smack it, but I'm going to smack my bed anyway. Good times are back in Green Bay, where the Green Bay Packers, on the first Thursday night of the NFL season, defeated the Chicago Bears, the reigning NFC North champions, by a score of 10-3. I have some notes on the game, but the one big one is it was just a sloppy game, very sloppy game, a lot of penalties. I wouldn't be shocked at all if both teams were close to 100 yards in total penalties. I think Chicago probably had about 10 penalties by themselves. They had maybe 4 on one drive, where they went into that 1st and 40 situation. But big storyline for me has to be the acquisitions that Green Bay made in the offseason. The 3 big acquisitions they made were Preston Smith, Za'Darius Smith, Adrian Amos. Spent not big money, but money to get those guys to come to Green Bay. And they delivered in the first game. I had my friends from Alabama laughing at me when I said those will be impact players because I had never heard of them. And James backed me up and said, no, I think at least 2 of those guys could be Pro Bowlers in Green Bay. And they're off to a good start. Adrian Amos had the game-winning interception pretty much in the end zone, which was just a horrible throw by Trubisky. And then Za'Darius Smith and Preston Smith constantly getting pressure on Trubisky in the game. Each had a sack. Preston Smith had the game-winning sack for good. I know Za'Darius Smith was in there a lot. Preston Smith had a huge game. Huge game. Adrian Amos had a big night. Just in general, the acquisitions Green Bay made in the offseason, big nights. I thought Darnell Savage played a pretty good game. Didn't see much of Rashawn Gary. But yeah, Green Bay's defense looked legit. I mean, the look was on Aaron Rodgers' face after the game. You can tell he's really excited about this defense. Mike Pettin. I was impressed last year with Mike Pettin. Green Bay finished last year, I think, 6-9-1. And really not many of those games were because of the defense. I was impressed with him from the get-go. Improvements this year, off to a strong start. I'm trying to think of anything else. Matt LaFleur gets his first career win. Not a very impressive night, though, for Green Bay's offense, and that's supposed to be Matt LaFleur's specialty. Aaron Rodgers wasn't particularly good. Missed some throws, held onto the ball too long a lot, got sacked, I think, 5 or 6 times. Some of that is on the offensive line. And the Bears have a good front 7. I'll give them credit. They get after the passer, obviously, with Khalil Mack. But if you're Rodgers, you got to get rid of that thing. And he holds onto the ball way too long, looking for the big play. And that costs Green Bay a lot. And I think they were like 2 of 11 at one point on third downs that I know of. You can't win like that. And run game wasn't very good. Matt LaFleur even said after the game that he abandoned the run game too quick or too early. Trying to think of anything else. I mean, Devontae Adams didn't do much. Probably the biggest receiver was maybe Jimmy Graham just because he caught the touchdown. But no, Marquez Valdez-Scantling had that one big gain. Everything else was just very bleh. And I saw something after the game on Twitter. A Green Bay fan was like, do you think they kept it vanilla against the Bears? No, they didn't. They didn't keep it vanilla with the Bears. This is the fucking regular season. You don't keep it vanilla in the regular season. Just that kind of stupidity bothers me. Over to Chicago side. I've tried to warn you all about Mitch Trubisky. I said it last year. I said it the entire offseason. The man's just not that good. And I was high on him, coming out for the draft. The man's just not that good. He's limited. I mean, he looks to run way too often. He doesn't make the throws when he needs to. Man's just not that good. He's fine, but he's just not that good. I'll be shocked if he's a starter, in 2 or 3 years. One thing I really don't get with Chicago was why they didn't run the ball. It felt like they were gashing Green Bay pretty early in the run game, and then for whatever reason, maybe because they fell behind, I don't know what it was, but they quit running the ball. And I think that's a mistake. I mean, I heard at one point Mitch Trubisky threw 42 times. If Mitch Trubisky is throwing the ball 42 times, Chicago, you will not win this game. You will not win a game this year. He's just not that kind of quarterback. Sorry, my computer went dark on me. Had to log back in. But yeah, Trubisky, if he's throwing 42 times in a game, you're not going to win. I mean, that's plain and simple. I thought maybe that's because Matt Nagy panicked. I mean, it's 7-3. It was 7-3. Looked like he panicked. But give credit to Green Bay's defense. They answered. Chicago doesn't have a horrible offensive line, and the Smith Bros, or whatever nickname they're going to call them, had a big night. Green Bay's much improved on defense. I think that's obvious. We knew Chicago was great defensively. I had a feeling Green Bay's offense was going to struggle this game. I didn't think it would struggle that much, which is why I picked the Bears to win the game. Which, by the way, I'll go ahead and reveal my picks for the weekend. So I took the Bears tonight. James took Packers, actually. And when I asked why, he said, and I quote, "There's no way I'm picking Trubisky to beat Rodgers," which I think is funny. Because I said, well, he beat him last year, dude. And he just sent me the laughing emojis. But yeah, not a great opening night. Very sloppy game. Again, I don't know why Chicago abandoned the run game. Let me get back to my picks. I haven't really had much else to talk about. For the Browns-Titans game, both James and I took the Browns. Ravens-Dolphins, we both took the Ravens. Falcons-Vikings, we both took the Falcons. Honestly, I think we have the same exact picks for everything but tonight. Jets-Bills, we both took the Jets. Eagles-Redskins, we both took the Eagles. Rams-Panthers, we both took the Rams. Chiefs-Jags, we both took the Jags. Chargers-Colts, we both took the Chargers. Seahawks-Bengals, we both took the Seahawks. Cowboys-Giants, we both took the Giants. Lions-Cardinals, we both took the Lions. 49ers-Bucks. Oh, no. He took the 49ers. I took the Bucks. Okay, so that's where we have another difference. Yeah, I took the Bucks. I put that on my blog. And then Patriots-Steelers. We both took the Patriots. Oh, I don't think I sent him. Yeah, I didn't send him the Monday night games. I forgot about that. I'll get back to you on that. I'll send it to him. I picked. Who did I pick for those games? New Orleans and Houston. I took New Orleans. I don't think Houston's defense is good enough to stop New Orleans' offense. Then it's Denver and Oakland. I actually took Denver. There's too much drama going on in Oakland with Antonio Brown. Denver, I'm not very sold on Denver, but Vic Fangio is a good coach. I think he's going to have Denver's defense ready to go, and I think Oakland's going to struggle scoring points. So give me the Broncos on Monday night in an upset. Outside of that, I don't really have much else. Let me look up any other thing else I found interesting on the game tonight. I'm just fired up. I'm fired up about the win. Big win for the Packers. A lot of people doubted the Packers. In the offseason, they thought Aaron Rodgers was over the hill. In fact, I heard Dave Portnoy talking about that on Barstool Sports. Said Aaron Rodgers was over the hill. Not the case, even though he wasn't very good tonight. In general, am I panicking about the offense? No. I trust LaFleur to some extent. I'm still not sure how much of an offensive mind he is. But Aaron Rodgers seems to really like him. He seems comfortable in the offense. I'm looking at his numbers. He was 18 of 30, not very good. 200 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 5 times. I mean, he's got to get rid of the ball sometimes. 6.8 yards per attempt, just not very good. Aaron Jones, 13. I did not know Aaron Jones ran the ball 13 times. Did not feel like that much. 13 times, 39 yards, 3 yards per carry. I mean, that's just not good enough. Marquez Valdez-Scantling was the leading receiver, 4 receptions, 52 yards. Devontae Adams didn't do a whole lot. Let me look at Chicago. Mitch Trubisky threw the ball 45 times. Oh my God. You are not going to win games with that. The Bears ran the ball 15 times. I don't know who M. Davis is. Mike Davis, never heard of him. Mike Davis ran the ball 5 times for 19 yards. David Montgomery ran 6 times for 18 yards. I don't know what the hell Matt Nagy was doing tonight. David Montgomery's a stud. I watched him in college because he played at Iowa State. I watched a lot of his stuff. Just in general, they had a lot of calls on short yardage. I remember one time it was 3rd and 1, and they tried to throw the ball, and then Trubisky ended up getting sacked, I think. Just dumb. Just feed the ball to David Montgomery. Just, you're not going to win games. Mitch Trubisky was 26 of 45, 228 yards, no touchdowns and a pick, sacked 5 times. You're not going to win games if Trubisky's throwing the ball that many times. You just won't. That's plain and simple. But back to Green Bay. They're the story of the night. I wasn't impressed with their offense at all. Very sloppy play. Am I worried about it? Not really. I trust LaFleur to some extent to get it fixed. And he's got Aaron Rodgers. I think they'll be on the same page. They both seem to really like each other. Say what you want about Aaron Rodgers. I do think him and LaFleur get along. Just got to run the ball. Got to run the ball. I know Chicago's got a good defense, but we have to run the ball better. Can't keep Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball 40 times a game, not at his age. Chicago. As for Chicago, I think Chicago's in trouble. I picked Chicago to finish about 8-8, and I had them winning tonight. So I had them at 8-8. They're losing tonight. That's 7-9. If you go by that, they got 10 days to get ready for Denver next week. I think that game's on a Sunday. That's a tall order. Going to see your old defensive coordinator in Denver for the next game. You do get a little bit of a bye week. At least 10 days to prepare. But tall order to ask Trubisky to go into Denver against a Vic Fangio coach defense and expecting to win. I think the Bears are looking at 0-2 right off the bat. Who knows in a week from now what'll happen? Maybe the Broncos absolutely lay an egg Monday night. But I think the Bears. I wouldn't say hit the panic button if you're the Bears. Definitely next week if they lose. But I think if you're the Bears, you got to be worried about a little bit. You should have won the game tonight. You were the better team, and it doesn't get easier. They got a first place schedule. That's a game you should have won. And as for Green Bay, now they get 10 days off before the Vikings come to town. You got to like that matchup a little bit. Their offense has to play a whole lot better, though. But home opener in Lambeau, I like. Right now, I like Green Bay to get that done. Looking ahead, this is how I think I'm going to do the podcast this year, or this fall. We didn't do enough football last year. I know that I was busy with school and work, and now I have 2 jobs and school, so it's just going to be difficult. But I think I'm going to try to do this. We got to talk football. We can't go weeks without talking football. So I'm going to try to do a recap Thursday night football show, late Thursday, early Friday morning, and then do maybe the same thing on Sunday nights or Monday nights, recapping the full week. But looking ahead to this week, a few games I think could be pretty good. I think that Atlanta-Minnesota game will be very entertaining. I'm really looking forward to see how Atlanta does. I have high hopes for them this season. I think they're going to bounce back in a big way. I do with Minnesota too, but I'm higher on Atlanta than I am Minnesota. I think Rams-Panthers could be entertaining. Cowboys-Giants intrigues me a little bit, but I think one of the most underrated matchups of the weekend is 49ers-Buccaneers. Just a very, I don't know about even, but it just intrigues me a little bit. I think San Francisco could be a playoff team. The Bucs have some talent. Could just be a very entertaining game. And then obviously you got the Patriots and the Steelers for Sunday Night Football. Until the Steelers actually go into Foxborough and win, I'm going to take the Patriots to win that game. And then Monday night, I do want to see the Saints and Texans. I want to see how these new pieces fit for Houston's offense and how New Orleans looks coming off the NFC title game loss. But yeah, that's about all I got. I'm just trying to think of anything else. I should have had notes prepared. That is one thing I will start doing. I will start taking notes. I get paid today, so I'm gonna go to grocery store and get like a giant ledger for NFL notes. I'm gonna write them down and present them, every week. But yeah, first game in the books. Big win for my Packers. Really looking forward to Sunday, Monday, and then next week. I'm excited. I'm excited. Big win. Big win. Go Pack, go. See y'all.